Crime is rampant on Wall Street and throughout the whole world. In this financial sector in particular, we saw that in the financial crisis a few years back, and this is going on. It is more and more prevalent. I'm going to go into some of the crimes that we're experiencing today, how they're doing it, and why this is important. Most recently, we're talking about high frequency trading. Of course, high frequency trading isn't exactly new, but it is unknown to many people. I'm going to go into very briefly how it is described. They're able to identify your desire to buy shares in Microsoft and actually buy them and then sell them back to you at a higher price. And this is Michael Lewis saying this. The speed advantage is in milliseconds, fractions of milliseconds. And he's talking about basically how they can see what you want to buy it before you can even get into there, and then sell it back to you at a higher price. And it is most importantly legal. This whole system designed for these elite to make more and more profit. Let me go on quickly. And this is considered to be the father of high-speed trading, Thomas Petterfee, and he's basically saying the market we created is a casino, a complete mess, a rigged game. That sounds a lot like the things that I've said myself, because it is exactly that. The market is so unrealistic. You're talking about the price of gold fluctuating up and down. When gold is a piece of metal, it has nothing to do with the price on an exchange. And that's just an example. Let me go on very quickly. What about the fraud that we've experienced here? And that is not the fraud that Bernie Madoff had. I'm talking about the S.E.C's fraud and all these other companies that with the AAA ratings of the subprime mortgages and so on and so forth. But this is just another example. Bernie Madoff was allowed to get away with this because the S.E.C allowed it to happen. Something must have changed, and that's when the S.E.C decided to report it. Let me go on quickly. Bank CEO admits to using bailout money to buy a luxury condo in Florida. That's what these bailouts are for. They're just handing money from the middle class to the elite. And this is no different. It happens over and over again. I've gone into that many times before. General Electric avoids taxes by keeping $108 billion overseas. The laws are used so that the big corporations, the multinational corporations, are able to make their profits and not pay taxes on it so they can continuously get more and more rich. GE does not pay taxes. General Motors gets bailouts. They use that bailout money to open up factories in China and Brazil and then brag about it. That's what happens. And this is the worst thing of all, and that is the bail-ins. And this is Credit Suisse saying this right here, talking about how we had the bailout situations back in 2008 and beyond, and they're saying we have a much better idea. And he's saying this. The key is the bail-in, a new technique for resolving failing banks without costly bailouts. See, now they don't have to actually tell the government that they need so much money. The bank can just go and just recapitalize itself. And what does it do that? It dips its hands into the people's banks. If you have uninsured accounts, those are gone. And I believe it will eventually come to the time when insured accounts will be also removed, and they will be slowly but surely 5%, 10%, 100% be just excavated right from everyone's accounts. And that's what they're doing. I got into this multiple times in other videos, and just the video before this one. I hope you're interested in this kind of information. If you are, please give me a thumbs up to signal you want to see more of this type of video. And essentially what my message to you today, as always, is to prepare. This is going down big time. I hope that you're getting also onto the Money GPS Insiders, where many have recently joined, and that is basically an extension of the work I do here, an extension of the work I've done in my book, and really where I've gotten simple things to pass on to many, many people, and I've been getting a lot of great feedback on there. To do so, go to themoneygps.com, scroll down to the bottom, fill in your email address, and you will receive occasional emails from me. Take care.